Homedawgs! Now, before we get started with the video, I just wanted to make a quick announcement. On Saturday, Saturday, I don't know why I was about to say Tuesday, Saturday, August 22nd, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be doing a Pokemon Shield Redemption Shady Lock Sleep Block. I know that's a mouthful. The logo's up there right now. It's really cool. I made it myself. I like it a lot. But the whole reason why it's like a Redemption Shady Lock is because for those of you who don't know, on Twitch I actually did a Shady Lock as my blind playthrough while going through Pokemon Shield, and I made it a live stream series. Unfortunately, I lost to the Eternatus, but I really want to try it again because I know, like, with my knowledge now, I can actually beat the game without doing, you know, with the Shady Lock rules. And for those of you who don't know what the Shady Lock rules are, basically, you're not allowed to heal during battle, and also, you are only allowed a limited amount of, trips to the Pokemon Center. It's a very fun time, it's a lot of fun, and I actually think I will be able to beat this game this time. So definitely be sure to check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it'll probably be going up until, like, probably 11 or 12, honestly. And for those of you who are in the Discord server, down in the description below, and also for those of you who are YouTube friends, or Twitch friends, whatever, if you guys want to join in a call with me and actually chat with me while we're doing the sleep block, I'm hoping we can do that as well. So that's another added bonus right there. So definitely, I highly encourage you guys to check it out because it is a very entertaining game. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, anyways, back to you, regular programming. What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, and welcome everybody to the IBA Week 18 preview, where we're going to be taking on SVTornado and her very freaking scary team, the Vancouver Corviknights. I am so nervous about this fight for a multitude of reasons, but we'll get into that once we get into the standings. I am so nervous. I am not going to lie to you guys about this fight. I'm actually going to be battling him right after this, so it's going to be really interesting for sure. But yeah, without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead, let's get into the team preview, because, I'm gonna be battling him in a second, so I need to hurry up and get this done. So, just as a reminder, on this team, analytics will, or just first off as a reminder, analytics will be afterwards. I highly encourage you guys to stick for this analytics in particular, because this fight is so important for us. We have to win this fight, and if we do, it's going to be game-changing for who makes the playoffs. So definitely be sure to stick around for the analytics. But anyways, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, on our team, we have got Alcremie, Excadrill, Sizzler, Zoroark, Gigalith, Sigilyph, Eldegoss, Arcanine, Glaring Weezing, Vaporeon, and Pangoro. Our kill leader is currently Excadrill at 4, next up is Alcremie at 1, and then everybody else is either at neutral or negative. It's not the best, but it's kind of part of the worst, but you know what, it's fine. So, we got a 2-5 record. If we can get that to 5-5, we're gonna be looking really good for playoffs. So hopefully we can get some wins throughout the rest of the season. But anyways, without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to SV's broken team. And on her team, she has got Gigantamax, Rillaboom, Necrozma. She actually, well, first up, before I go ahead and continue on anymore, you'll see, like, all the dropped mons and stuff like that. In fact, actually, let me make sure. First off, we're still recording. Second off, you guys can see it. Okay, yes, you guys can see it. Yes, everything's working. Okay, good. All the drop mons are mons that she'll still have for this week. The mons that she traded off won't go into effect till next week because she didn't do it before last Friday. She actually did it this week. This week has been full of trades. It's crazy. I might actually trade a couple mons. You never know. But yeah, she used all of her free agents this week, but that won't go into effect until the next week. So this fight, I have to worry about Rillaboom, Necrozma, Weavile, Porygon 2, Slurpuff, Druddigon, Rotom Fan, Hawlucha, Magneton, Quillfish, and Dusknoir. As you can see, it's a very broken team. I am not excited to battle it at all. In terms of what I think he's going to be bringing, Rillaboom's definitely coming, Necrozma's definitely coming, Porygon 2 is definitely coming. Those three, I feel very safe in saying are coming. I think Druddigon has a very good chance of coming. I think Slurpuff might come. I think Magneton has a very good chance of coming, and I think Quillfish might come. So, if I had to pick, like, the 6 mons I think are coming, this would be Rillaboom, Necrozma, Porygon 2, Magneton, Quillfish, and, probably Druddigon. Those would be the ones I think are probably coming. But I do have answers for all of them. I actually think I have a decent chance against this team, even though looking on paper, it looks extremely broken. I actually think I have a chance. I think I have a decent chance with this team. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the team preview. I think I'm going to have to make a blop, so give me a second. Blop! Blop! And we are back. As you can see, the team is right below me, and we've got our team right here. This is going to be a very Fight. I'm very nervous about this fight, honestly. I'm very, very nervous. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. First up on the team is probably going to be the MVP of this team, and the main reason why we have a chance at winning this. Stacks, the Galarian Weezing. Black Sludge with the ability to levitate, max HP, max defense, play rough, defog, curse, and clear smog. Whew. This set is to completely wall the Rillaboom. This is the one thing on our team that can completely destroy Rillaboom. And actually, it's one of the best things to wall Rillaboom in general. Rillaboom cannot touch this thing. The most it can do is like a Gigantamax form, like 40% to this set. We have Curse, so we can outstall it, and Black Sludge, so we can outstall it. This thing is just meant to wall the Rillaboom and to put threats on the team. This thing also does a great job at walling his physical mons as well. Once he's out of special mons, once his, like, Magaton's gone, once, like, the Necrozma's gone, once, like, the Porygon 2 is gone, this set just goes in. It just destroys his team. So, this thing is going to be really good for the endgame or for just a Rillaboom check. Rillaboom cannot touch this thing. So, I'm excited. But Play Rough is there just so that way we have a hard-hitting attack, and it's fairy, so it does a lot of damage in general. Defog is there because if he brings Quillfish, I do not want to deal with hazards on this match, so that's why I'm bringing Defog on this thing. Curse is there to raise our attack and defense. It will lower our speed, but that doesn't matter with this particular set. And Clear Smog is there just in case something starts setting up, like Hawlucha sets up to +2, the Necrozma starts setting up, and I have to leave this thing in, or whatever else wants to set up, Slurpuff, getting Belly Drum off, whatever wants to do a thing. So, yeah. I think bringing Weakness Policy on the Rillaboom is a great bring for him because I have so many things super effective against grass. So that's a big reason why I'm bringing Clear Smog, but I will be clicking Play Rough against the Rillaboom because I do not want to deal with a Weakness Policy. Once Rillaboom gets Weakness Policy up, it's game over from there. So hopefully this set will come in clutch. This set is once again just meant to completely wall with physical mons, particularly the Rillaboom. This thing is just so great at having an answer for Gigantamax Rillaboom, which is one of the most broken Gigantamaxes in the game right now. So, hopefully it'll come in clutch. Hopefully it'll come in clutch. And actually, it's just a really broken mon in general, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, next up on the team, we have got Sargozoro. This is our Necrozma answer. I'm really hoping it'll come in clutch. I'm really, really hoping it'll come in clutch. Holding the choice specs this week with the illusion ability as always. Max special attack, max speed with modest nature, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Extra Sensory, and Trick. This thing one-shots offensive Necrozma and outspeeds it. We don't have to worry about that. But we do have to just be careful of Necrozma in general. Dark Pulse is there for Stab Dark and also just hits everything on his team super hard as long as it's not resistant, and even then, this thing even like 2 shots, even like Magaton, depending on the set, with Dark Pulse. It's so good. Flamethrower is there for in case I want to predict the Rillaboom or Magaton switch or something like that. Extra Sensory is there just in case I want to predict the Hawlucha coming out or the Quillfish. And Trick is there so that way I can trick the choice specs onto something that could really be hurt from a being locked into choice specs. That is the whole purpose of this set. Once again, I am running Trick. It's going to be a more iffy set because I don't outspeed Hawlucha. Which is a big problem. I believe I outspeed everything else, I just don't outspeed Hawlucha. I don't outspeed Weavile, but Weavile I'm not too worried about. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really, really nerve-wracking. The mod I'm probably gonna have in the back will probably be, either Galarian Weezing, Pangoro, or Creamy, depending on what happens. Definitely not the Arcanine, as you can see later on in this matchup, but yeah, Zoroark right there. It's gonna be interesting. I'm really hoping this set comes in clutch. This set is to answer the Necrozma. And also just so that way he can't click Photon Geyser. Yeah. I fought the Necrozma before in the draft league and got absolutely curb stomped by it. So hopefully that won't happen this time. Cross the fingers. But anyways, next up on the team, we have got Subnoodle, the Pangoro on this team. And for this mon, we have got the Assault Vest, max special defense, max attack. I'm running a lot of max stats this week just because it just puts in the work versus his team. Don't at me. Ability is Iron Fist with moves Drain Punch, Knock Off, Bullet Punch, and Rock Tomb. This actually puts in a lot of work versus his team. This is a perfect answer for Porygon 2. This is a perfect answer for even things like the Quillfish. It's a decent answer to. Magneton is the perfect answer to. Necrozma even answers really well, especially if he doesn't have a fairy move like Moonblast. Drain Punch is there to recover HP, Knock Off is there to knock off things like the Porygon 2 Eviolite or Necrozma's Leftovers or something like that. Bullet Punch is there for priority, because Bullet Punch actually puts in a lot of work versus his team. And then Rock Tomb is there just to lower speed and also hits the Hawlucha, it takes care of Rotom Fan. And also once Hawlucha's speed is lowered and he's not unburden boosted, then this thing just puts in, Zoroark just comes in and extra sensories it, or choice specs it, or something like that. This thing is just meant to put in a lot of work versus his team, and it really does. I really like this mon a lot versus his team, so I'm really, really excited about 1000%. Next up on the team, we have got Red the Sizzler. Once again, Life Orb Technician. I know, like, a lot of times I run Life Orb Sizzler or, like, Banded Sizzler or something like that. It just puts in so much work, though. It's one of those things where it's a one-trick pony, but it works so well, and he has such great coverage that it really works. Max attack, max special defense, with Bug Bite, Bullet Punch, Knockoff, and Aerial Ace. This is another decent answer than the Necrozma, but he's probably going to be packing Heat Wave on it, I imagine, so that's a problem. Bug Bite is there just to deal super effective damage against, like, the Rillaboom, Weavile, and Necrozma, something like that, if I predict a Necrozma switch for some reason. Bullet Punch is there for Stab, Technician, boosted priority move with Life Orb. It just decimates his team, so I'm hoping it'll come in clutch. It also makes sure that Slurpuff can't set up with Belly Drum, which I am a little bit nervous about. Knockoff is there just in case I need to knock off Porygon 2's item. And Aerial Ace is there just in case I need something to not miss, or, I think, like, Hawlucha's going to be a switch in or something like that. It's a very standard set, but it's a set that really puts in work versus his team. Next up on the team is another one I'm excited about. Rocky Helmet, Wolf with Intimidate, the Arcanine. That was worded really weirdly, just ignore me. Flare Blitz, Iron Head, Morning Sun, and Wild Charge. Max attack, max defense, Adamant Nature. This thing is meant to be a physical wall. We have our special wall in Pangoro. This thing is meant to be our physical wall. Flare Blitz just does too much work versus his team. It does so much damage to whatever wants to come in. Iron Head is there just in case, A, I want to get flinches, B, I want to hit the Slurpuff. Morning Sun is there to recover HP because I can recover a lot on certain mons. And then Wild Charge is there just so that way I don't get walled by the Quillfish. And also deals damage against the Hawlucha. This thing is a once again, a very standard Arcanine set for the most part. But I think, once again, it'll put in a lot of work. I am nervous about the Necrozma. Necrozma is, you know, a scary thing to deal with. But he also has to keep in mind he can't click Heat Wave versus Sizzler as long as Arcanine's still alive. As long as he knows it's it might be Flash Fire. So he knows that, you know, it could be a problem. And last up but not least, oh, and also Intimidate just is so good versus his team. So there you go. Last up on the team, we have got Cake, our Gigantamax Ult Creamy. I'm really hoping the set puts some work. This is a set I'm kind of iffy about. So it'll be interesting to see how well this set works. Leftovers is the item, Sweet Veil is the ability, Dazzling Gleam, Mystical Fire, Calm Mind, and Aromatherapy. Max defense, max special attack. This thing is meant to take hits versus physical mods. It's also a decent answer for Gigantamax Rillaboom if I need it to be, in case some reason Galarian Weezing goes down, which, let's hope to goodness that doesn't happen. Dazzling Gleam is just for Stat Fairy, also G-Max Finale. Mystical Fire is there for lowering special attack on, like, things like the Necrozma and the Porygon Z2, whatever the thing is called, and also deals super effective damage against the Magneton, which is his best answer for this thing. Calm Mind is there to set up a special attack and special defense, because once we get one up, we're looking really good. And Aromatherapy is there just because I do not want to get Poison stalled. Porygon 2 Toxic could be a big problem. Toxic Spikes in general could be a problem. So having Aromatherapy on this mon, I think, is a really beneficial thing. Overall, I don't think this is the best team I built for this season, but it's the best team I've got versus SV. So I'm really nervous about it. But hopefully it'll put in work. That's all I'm hoping for, honestly. I hope I don't get like 3-0, 4-0, because if we do, then that's the end of the run. Actually, if we lose, it's the end of the run. But hopefully, at least it's a good fight. Now, let's go ahead and blop over to the analytics. Blop! Blop! And we are back. Now, before we get into it, I apologize that last week, this team preview was a little bit wonky. Let's see. Hello there. But anyways, I have OBS here. I will be keeping an eye on it. I'll be scooting it out as much as possible. We'll see how it works. I think, like, here it should work. But yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on it. I'll make sure you guys see everything. And yeah, it'll be better than last week, I promise. So, in the number 1 ranking right now, Vancouver Corviknights have reclaimed a dub after the Halifax Hitmonchans lost their match last week. So they are number 1 in the league, and it's really freaking scary. They've got 40 kills. The Boston Red Claws are up next with a very good differential in general. They're coming back a lot. The Atlanta Victinis are really bouncing up the rankings right now after their win last week. I'm pretty sure they won. They won last week, which is huge for them. Halifax Hitmonchans got booted down a lot because of their loss last week, but they still have a very good chance of coming back. Minnesota Berserkers, Chicago Dragon Bolts, and Vegas Corviknights are all around 4 and 3. Overall, like, Salty's kind of uncomfortable right now, I'm not gonna lie, but on Wes's side, he's looking really, really good. I think Wes has a very good chance of making playoffs at this point. Yeah. That's those mons. The Hawaiian Komos are up next after a victory last week for them, which is huge for them. Next up is the Houston Hackstress, who lost their match, I'm pretty sure, last week, and they're at -7. Next up is the Miami Heattrans, who we beat last week, at -9. Next up is the Buffalon Sabres at 3-4 with a -12. Next up is ya boy at 2-5 with a -6. Next up is the Dashing Dittos at 1-6, -14. And last up, but not least, is the Lansing Leafeons at -15. So, oh, by the way, here. Wait, here we go. I remember this time, guys. I remember this time. Look at that. I remember this time. Those are the stats right there. Now, in terms of kill leaders, if my mouse can work with me! Jeez, this mouse sucks. Sometimes. But anyways, we have got Gigantamax Gengar for the Halifax Hitmonchan at 14 kills and 4 deaths with the best differential. Next up is this Houston Hackstress Cinderace Gigantamax with 5 deaths this time, which is the only reason it's behind Gengar. Next up is Gigantamax Rillaboom, who we're having a battle with 13 kills, which is why it's right behind Cinderace. Next up is Dashing Dittos Venusaur. Next up is Necrozma. Next up is Zeraora. Next up is Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. Next up is Gigantamax Charizard. Next up is Gigantamax Snorlax. And last up is Gigantamax Inteleon. All of the kill leaders have currently 10 or more kills, which is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The closest one that can beat that on our team is Excadrill, but I think this season we're not gonna have a kill leader on there. I don't think we're gonna have a very good kill leader, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah. And, as you can see here, just making sure you guys can see that, so there you go. And now for the fun facts. Now you guys should be able to see all of it. Let's see, fun fact number 1, 14 Pokemon have not been brought to battle, which is honestly still kind of insane to me. I feel really proud of the team that I've built because I brought every mon at least twice, and the mons that have been brought the most have only been brought 5 times, which is really, I think personally, is really freaking impressive. And again, like 2 of those mons being Excadrill and Gigalith, I'm not bringing this week, which is kind of insane. Gigantamax, we've only brought it 4 times. I feel really good about how, my team has formed in terms of synergy, because it's just like, it's by far the most, out of, like, balance between all the mons that I brought and haven't brought. So that's really cool, I think, personally. 2 Pokemon who have been brought have not fainted. Unfortunately, that's none of ours. 6 coaches have a positive differential. Unfortunately, that's not the case for me. Everyone has lost and won at least 1 match. I've lost more than I've won. The average differential is -0.79. That's Yankees. The average amount of kills is 32.29, and the average amount of deaths is 33.7, which is kind of insane. 4 out of 7 matches were recorded on Friday this last week. Jeez. Oh my gosh, that was a Yankees. I think one of those was actually mine. No, mine was recorded on Thursday. I can't remember. Let's see. And you'll have 10 or more kills to make it on the kill leaderboard. So there you go. Yeah, there's some really cool fun facts for you guys. Now, the reason I think the differential is so important here, we actually have a really good chance of bouncing back here. So here we go. I'll leave it here for now. As you can see, the Vancouver Corviknights are number 1. We're not passing them. That's just factually not happening. Let's see here. Overall, though, we still have a really good chance of bouncing back. The Houston Hackstress and Miami Heattrans are actually battling each other this week, so if we win, if the Milwaukee Medichams win, we guarantee past one of them. We guarantee past one of them, in this match, if we win our match. Because both of them have a worse differential than I do, and plus, when I bounce up, we'll be both at 3-5, so whoever loses this match, if I win, I will guarantee past them. I would just guarantee past them, because I have a better differential than both of them. So, yeah, that fight's gonna be really important to see what happens. If the Buffalon Sabres lose, I'll be passing them if I win. If the Hawaiian Komos lose, I have a chance of passing them. It's not guaranteed, but I have a chance. And if we pass all 4 of those guys this week, I'm in playoffs. I'm in playoffs position, which is really insane. That's why this battle is so important. And actually, I do know some of the results of the battle, so I will not confirm nor deny if it's even an option, because I know Rebels already had his battle. I think maybe Kahuutz might have had his battle. I don't think so, though, actually. But, yeah, we do have a really good chance of bouncing back. And, some of the guys have a really tough matches ahead. Let's see here. Chicago Dragapults, Q. Both me and Monferno need wins, and Chicago Dragapults have to battle both of us. So if we manage to take out the Chicago Dragapults, if both me and Monk manage to beat him, I'll be passing him, possibly. There's a good chance I'll pass him. Again, his differential is really good, so it might not happen, but you never know. The Vegas Corviknights, if they lose twice, we pass them. That's pretty much guaranteed at this point. So there's a really good chance of us making playoffs. But it is going to have to come down to a lot of luck on our end, and a lot depending on like win-losses of other people. And actually, wait, playoffs is impossible for us to making it this week because the Houston Hackstress and Miami Heattrans have to battle each other, and whoever wins that match will still be ahead of me. but that's besides the point. There's definitely a good chance I can make 8th. There's a very good chance I can, like, sneak up from behind and clutch 8th. So, hopefully that'll happen. Because I do really want to make playoffs this season, with this team that I've got. That's why this week is very important for us. If we win this week, we'll be looking actually pretty dang good, because SV, I think, is probably the toughest opponent we will have to face for the remaining 3 weeks, because we still have to face Q and we still have to face Stremy, but, which are both very talented battlers, but I think in terms of, like, just the overall team, SV, his team is just so good. So, hopefully we can make this work, crossing fingers. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here and say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm gonna be going ahead and getting ready for my battle with SV. I'm very nervous. Wish me luck in the comments below. Be sure to check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as long as I upload it on time, because I never do that for some reason. And I will see you dudes in the next video. Peace out, mates!